Andy Thornton with you live on the scene. It's moving day. Got the property here at Pruitt Ford. Of course, we've remodeled everything here at Pruitt Ford. Brand new shop, brand new showroom, brand new service department, service bays, a car wash, detail department. We have a house that's located here in the middle of the property, the back side of the street, and that will soon be parking. So we're moving the house. Instead of tearing the house down, moving company out of Whitesboro, Texas has come in, and they're going to move that house to another location here in Burnett. So it's pretty exciting moving day. This is the Lemons Company out of Whitesboro, Texas, and that's what they do, is move houses for a living. Pier and beam structures that are built on a concrete footing, and as you can see, they just bust a hole underneath it on 2 spots. Then what they will do is they will bring in some beams, 2 big large steel beams. There they are on that trailer. Then they have that huge yellow jack right there. That jack will lift the house while it's sitting on those beams, put it right on that trailer, and they are going to move that house right across town. So we will come back later and get you some more footage of the move when they leave here today with this house. May even follow them across town. But moving day at Pruitt Ford. Come visit us at pruittford.com. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel here, and you'll see all the doings in Burnett and Pruitt Ford. Andy Thornton live on your scene. Pruitt Ford, pruittford.com. Lovely Burnett, Texas. Beautiful day to move a house. Andy Thornton live on the scene once again, moving the house here on the Pruitt Ford property. Basically, they have a hydraulic jack hooked to the 2 beams. As they raise one end of the house at a time, they have airbags in the middle of the house. Those airbags keep the house from swaying or buckling, and keep pressure on the middle of the house to help lift. Then they will, when they raise it up a little bit, they put blocks under one end. When they get it up to so high, then they move to the other end and do the same thing, and they just keep raising it up a little at a time, high enough in the air that they're going to be able to back that truck over there underneath it and then begin to move it across town. So that's what we're doing here. Pruitt Ford, pruittford.com. House moving day, making a little more room for a few more cars, expand our lot a little bit. Of course, there's our car wash running, our new bays, our service bays, and the back side of the showroom. That's our detail shop, and you see our used car lot there. So this is the back side of the dealership, and we're moving a house to make room for more improvements here, and this house will go here in Burnett and be moved across town. Check us out at Pruitt Ford, pruittford.com. See that guy? He's a pretty dangerous job. He's underneath there right now, putting blocks, raising it up a little at a time. We'll check back with you. We are getting closer. Pruitt Ford, pruittford.com. Got the house lifted up. Here's the jack that they've been using. The hydraulic jack they use to lift the house. They have they've got that house up on wheels, on the beams. They are almost ready to pull it out of there and take off. They have a hitch on the front, and they will back under there to that hitch, and they will be on their way. Andy Thornton live on the scene. Quite an audience is gathered as they get ready to pull the house away and remove it from its current location, all in one piece. Pruitt Ford, PruittFord.com. Give us a call, 940-569-5226. Ask for Andy or someone in sales. Once again, making a little more room on our lot. We get ready to pull this truck on out. Hauling house has been here for quite some time. And they will head down the road. They're chaser trucks right there with their pole to make sure that they are got plenty of clearance as they cross under high lines, trees, that sort of thing. They've already mapped out their location, got a permit from the city to do this, and are about ready to go. They got to remove the blocks and the chocks and get ready to roll, and we'll come back in just a moment. And we're ready. We're getting ready to pull out and take off down the road here. You can see they've got it built a hitch out of the two beams with the two beams. Added their set of wheels. And now they are about ready to pull on out. Keep that from walking in the back. They've got the windows open so they don't break any windows. Windows will be able to pivot a little bit. And they are about ready to roll. And there it's off. The house is moving. You can hear a little settling on the beams. This, of course, is a pier and beam construction home sitting on concrete footings. So they bust the concrete footings right there loose, cut the tie-down bolts, and then the whole house moves as one unit. And as you can see, there's a man on the roof right up there. He's helping them guide as well. Here's where the house was, and there's where the house is. Pruitt Ford, PruittFord.com. So it looks like they waited till school got out, which might have been a mistake, timing wise. Of course, Once they get out on the highway, things will be a lot easier for them, or out on the road. They will ease that sucker on down the road. Give us a call, Pruitt Ford, PruittFord.com. Here in Burnett, Texas. See the man on the roof, he's making sure the trees don't hit it.
It looks pretty wide from here.
And he's of course raising up the telephone line, or the power lines, to go over it. As you can see, the house is directly in front of us. It's coming this way slowly but surely. It's down there about McDonald's. And the police are making room for it right now as it heads this way. And of course they have to move limbs and a few other things as they come this way. And they're going to come right out here on the highway where they will have more room. You look closely, you see he's up on top of the roof still, lifting up lines, moving tree limbs. Making a pathway so that the house can go through that part right there. That is the most difficult part of the journey, I would imagine, is getting through that. But it's getting closer. You can see it's moving closer every minute. You can see him on the roof there, cutting limbs and making way, lifting them up above the roof, and then easing the house on through. The high lines down the middle are not the problem. Those are usually not the problem. It is the tree limbs on the side that have grown out above the road. But they are moving their way on through. And the house keeps growing, so we know it's getting closer. It's just slowly pulling it in between the trees and on down the road. So they'll come up here, go right through there, down this Oklahoma cutoff. The guy on the roof looks pretty relaxed, so he must have some room now as they ease it on up here. As you can see, it is making its way to where it'll get back over here on the Oklahoma cutoff. Head north and then west to its new location. Guys from Lemon's Moving Company out of Whitesboro, Texas. This is all they do for a living, so they've got it down. They understand the procedure. They map it out ahead of time. They get permits. Of course, they get the local police to escort them, and they measure out ahead of time where they're going to go, what they're going to have to do, and then any little things they run into, like limbs overhanging that have grown, they just chop those off as they go. This is probably one of the narrowest parts right here that they're going to go through. And looks like he's moving left and right to just angle it through there. Guy on the roof sitting back down, so I guess they made it through most of it. And they go right around that corner. The other police escort out to the side there. And they'll block off the highway, both directions. Pull out here and just lead it on down. This gentleman just saw a house moving. He can't believe what he's seeing. Stopped to watch a house go by. Still headed north with it. Moving at a pretty good clip too. Up ahead they are going to make their turn. You can see they elected to go on the left side of the median because there's more room there. The police have blocked off up ahead for them. And are going to do more so. But they lost a couple pieces of plumbing underneath. So that's somewhat typical. Man on the roof looks calm, so everything's probably still going as they want it to. Now they will turn back left, and when they go back to the west here, that they'll run into lower hanging obstacles, no doubt, and more tricky terrain to navigate. Alright, we're getting close to the next turn. So this house will be going over here to 9th Street. Clear shot, real high lines here. This part's super easy for them. The easiest part of their journey. Got to a little more tricky terrain here. Going up under the house to make sure everything's doing well. Next vantage point here. Got a gravel hauler pulled over so we can bring our house by. And here it comes. The chaser trucks. Mr. Lemon's out in front there. Man on the roof still looks relaxed, so it looks like they have a easy time of it still. Seem to be doing fine. And we'll follow them to the next location here. Back on the road, got everybody pulled over. Police are still running our block. And we are headed up to the next turn. Got to a little more tricky terrain here. Going up under the house to make sure everything's doing well. Andy Thornton with you. Final episode here of the house move. And you can see they have set the house down, leveled it, put it on bricks at its new location here on 9th Street. They've actually lowered with the hydraulic jack the 2 beams, so now it's resting on its new footings here, these concrete blocks and stones. And then they will come in and either pour concrete or put a skirt around the bottom. And this will be the final resting place for now of this house. You can see there the leveler. They've been leveling it. And it arrived here in one piece, no cracks. Now they have to reattach the plumbing, electricity, and the house is in its new permanent location. Very eco-friendly to, instead of throwing and wasting all this material, now the house is in a new spot. They've even brought over the bushes from the other location. Once again, visit us at Pruitt Ford, pruittford.com. You'll be able to see the new parking lot that's built, where this was sitting. If you need your house moved, you can call Lemon's Moving Company in Whitesboro, Texas. If you need a vehicle, look us up at Pruitt Ford, pruittford.com.